much longer are we gonna protest, Green Bear? Till we have more bears! Well, if you look behind you. It worked! My protest worked! I got more bears! More bears! See? If you make your voice heard, you will get what you need. And in this case, what does KidTimeStoryTime need? More bears! Well, let's look inside and see if we get more bears everywhere. Because, you know, more bears just makes everything better, cozier, funner. Story. Once upon a time, there was a story. The story was a lovely story with absolutely no bears in it. Not a single bear anywhere. Then, one day... More bears! What? Who said that? The author of the story looked around the room, wondering where those voices had come from. You know where they came from. The author looked around and he's wondering, were those the voices of children shouting? Then he went back to writing. As I was saying, this story had absolutely no bears at all. The author was very, very certain about this. More bears! The author tried very, very hard to ignore the children who thought that the story ought to have more bears! Fine, fine. This story had a bear. It was a cute little baby bear strolling through the book, looking for more bears. Now, hold on a second. The author of the story knew exactly how many bears it should have, and the author insisted there should only be more bears. 2 bears. Good compromise. There, happy now, an adorable, cuddly, wuddly little bear named Mr. Fluffy. Ooh, that's a good name. And his mama bear, Stella, who always wore a yellow hat. Oh, so she matched with little Mr. Fluffy there. Now it happened that Stella and Mr. Fluffy, like all bears, were especially fond of more bears. More bears, of course. The author was just thinking that. The author was thinking that just to keep everybody happy, the story should have a papa bear, whose name, by the way, was Captain Picklehead. Oh, and he's got the captain's hat with a pickle to prove it. And there's more. A bear named Uncle Sheldon, who was bald and loved to play the ukulele. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. More bears! Stop that! How many bears do you want the story to have anyway? Do you really want to hear about Bobcat Sam, the bear who rode a pony, and Admiral Havisham, the English dancing bear, and Excellent Steve, the bear who just wanted to surf? Absolutely, I want to hear about each and every single one of them. You do? Oh, wow. Well, why didn't you just say so? I think they were saying so, but we'll just keep going. In that case, the author suddenly decided that what this story really needed was more bears! Yes, more bears! So the author added Astro Bear, who, by the way, was Bulgarian and always kept a hamster in his pocket, just in case. And then more. The author put in 3 more bears named Lester, Chester, Esther, and Floyd. Or is it Lester, Chester, Esther, and Floyd? Oh, wait. That's 4. Oh, that's not 3, that's 4. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay, because after all, this story really needed more bears! It needed a bear named Lucky Eddie, who juggled carrots. Oh, that's a fun skill set. And a bear named Elbow, who was very smart and always wore his underpants on the outside of his regular pants. Although that doesn't seem too smart at all, but... And a bear named 1, 2, 3, which even the author thought was a strange name for a bear. And since this probably wasn't enough, the author added even more bears! The author added 6 bears on tiny pink bicycles. Oh, two bears reading comic books. Rawr. One bear flying across the page in a cape and lederhosen. Literally, hee-hoo. Three more bears swinging through the trees on vines. Oh, a bear in a yellow submarine. Several bears making cupcakes, because cupcakes. And an entire team of firefighting bears running across the page with hoses, ladders, and party balloons. Wait, party balloons? Okay, maybe for the cupcake party, in case there's a fire? Who knows? There were bears hanging from the top of the page. Oh, I think we're going crazy with the whole bear situation now. Bears sleeping in the corners, bears standing on top of other bears. There were so many bears in the story that they couldn't all fit on the page. Oh, but it's quite a party. You have saxophone bear, we have artist bear, we have a cranky bear, and this bear looks a little discombobulated, frankly. Maybe his name is Discombob Bear. And these guys are just goofing off over here. It was crowded. Too crowded. So crowded that some bears started pushing other bears off the page. Ooh, ow, hey Bob, get out of my way. Hey, your elbow is in my eyeball. And they started arguing, which made the author grumpy. And when authors get grumpy, oh, they start rewriting, changing the story. In fact, this author was so grumpy, he told the bears, leave right now. And they did. After all, this was the author's story. Oh, now so much for all those bears we had campaigned for. They walked off the page. They rode off the page. They swung and surfed and danced and climbed and ran and even somewhat somersaulted off the page. They didn't just walk. Well, this guy did, clearly. He's just a walker. But this guy's a surfer, and this guy's a swinger, and this guy's a floater. And these are clearly circus bears. At last, all the bears were gone, and the author smiled. Finally, the author had a story with no bears in it. A lovely story with not a single bear anywhere. Just the way the author wanted it. Because you see, this author was quite certain that this story should have absolutely more chickens! Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. So that was not at all the ending I expected to more bears. What happened? Well, you got all the bears you wanted, did you not?
Yes, I guess I did. I guess it's time for the chicken movement. So what do we want?
More chickens? I didn't make a sign for the chickens. I didn't know that that's how it ended.
It's okay, because really, the only thing that I really want is more bears. So just keep up with the bear stories and forget that whole chicken business, okay? Okay. Good talk. Thanks for joining us on KidTime StoryTime, where we always bring in stories with more bears.